Last month, I successfully completed and published 2 books that I co-authored. So Women Who Win and 119 Tips for Public Speaking. And I said I would come back and share some productivity tips and strategies that I found really helpful, that my clients find helpful, and that hopefully you will also find helpful for those particularly who are keen to move forward and to make progress. So tip number 1 is understand your circadian rhythm. Understand when you work best so you can use that to your advantage. Are you a morning person or are you more of an evening person? Do you work better at 5 a.m? Do you work better at 10 at night? Find the optimum time of the day and plan to work in that time frame. So I always used to say, oh, I'm not a morning person, but actually I can write incredibly effectively in the morning, but I can also work really effectively late at night, but not at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My body's like, no, it needs to do something active and physical versus sat at a desk and focusing in on my laptop. So 1, understand your circadian rhythm. Number 2, schedule things in and set a reminder. So I had a client recently who was like, Fran, I'm so sorry, I forgot to do this and I forgot to do that. And so we were just really talking and working through what had happened. And we realized that she was scheduling things in, but she wasn't setting a reminder. So use your calendar, use your diary, whatever's right for you, and schedule. So plan to do things and then set a reminder so that you don't forget what is actually in your schedule. So schedule and set a reminder. And the third thing is accountability. So one of the reasons that I was really fortunate enough to have completed these projects was because I was working with other people. So we had accountability. We were able to agree and to decide what needed to be done when, and they held me to account as I held them to account as well. So if you don't already work with a coach or a mentor, find somebody who you can be accountable to, who will call you up, message or email you to check in as to whether you've said the task that you said you were going to do is done. Because let's face it, if you were going to do it by yourself, you already would have done it. And this is why accountability works. So to refresh, tip number 1 is understand your circadian rhythm. Tip number 2 is schedule and set reminders. And tip number 3 is get an accountability partner.